Hey guys, I just wanted to show you my experience with the Weber SmokeFire. If you were anything like me, you're probably searching for every YouTube video available about this grill. And I've done the same. I've been on the forums. I was really excited when they announced the grill back in November or whatever, and I was gonna buy it at launch, but I decided I would wait and see if it was really good as it was expected to be. I know in many cases, companies will release products that aren't 100%. I know one theory is to get your product to 80% and then release it and figure out the issues from there. In this case, I do think Weber probably jumped the gun and released it too early and overhyped the grill. After reading over comments and watching YouTube videos, it seems like they are quickly addressing the issues that this grill has. One of the issues is the pellets not sliding correctly down the slide, and they already released a modification to the slide that will allow the pellets to slide correctly. I called Weber on Tuesday before I even fired up the grill, and they are sending me out the modification for the slide. The second issue with the grill that I've seen is the grease fires, but it only seems to be when you're doing long, low and slow cooks. And for me, if I'm going to do a low and slow cook, I don't have any problem just using a drip pan. I know it wasn't advertised that way, that you're not supposed to have to use one, but in this case, to me, the pros way outweigh the cons, and I don't mind putting a drip pan in if I need to. The third issue is I think people are having issues with it keeping temperature, and apparently there is a new auger that they already have made, and they're sending out to people that are having issues. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully I got a good one. I think my serial number is 81,000. I think I've seen something about the serial numbers that start with 8. I can't remember if that's good or bad, but we'll just have to test it out and see. And worst case, I figure if it doesn't work out, I can return it to Lowe's like so many other people are doing. It took me about 13 minutes to get up to 600 degrees. I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and it's probably about 70 degrees out today and windy. So it's a nice day, it's not cold. But so far it seems to be holding the temperature very well. Let's take a look inside. I guess another issue that I've seen is sometimes the flame will tend to come out of this side of the grill, and you won't get a flame on this side, which makes this side obviously a lot hotter than this side. But at this point, mine seems to be firing on both sides pretty evenly. So that's good news. A lot of people, there's a piece of metal there, I don't know what it's called, that covers the flame. And a lot of people, once they do the initial burn-in, I think the oil or the paint or something has been flaking off that. And so I washed it in soap and water to get all the oil off to see if that will fix the issue and not have that flaking, but we'll see. So obviously I dropped to 530 there because I opened the lid, and we'll see how she recovers. Check and make sure I don't have any bridging going on there. Oh, she's going right back out. So, got about 34 minutes left for the burn-in, and then hopefully by this weekend I'll be able to start doing some cooking on it. That's the plan. The fan doesn't seem to be that loud. I know a lot of people complain about the noise, but You can certainly hear it, but it isn't as loud as it sounds like on many of the videos that I've watched. It's not distracting and you can talk over it easily. The grill went together very easily. I'm not good putting things together like that. It's not my thing. But everything was pretty seamless. I followed the instructions. I did watch a couple of unboxing videos just to kind of get an idea of what I'd be going through. And there weren't really any surprises. Everything was pretty straightforward. I didn't have any pieces left over. I did have one extra glow plug for some reason. I don't know if they normally send an extra, but I had an extra one. I think probably the only mistake I made was when you put the legs on, I went ahead and just tightened all these up all the way. I think it's one of the first few steps. You put the leg on and then it tells you to put these in halfway, I believe, and I put them in all the way. So obviously I had to unscrew them to be able to get this part to slide on. So not quite sure how tight you're supposed to screw this. You can see there's a little bit of a gap there. As I was tightening it, it started to make some cranking noises, for lack of a better word. And so I just made them snug. I didn't overly tight them or anything like that, but it seems to be on there. It's a little warm there. You can obviously see a little bit of fire in the reflection in there. And have a little bit of a gap there. Everything else was pretty straightforward. I can't think of really anything else to go over with you right now. So far so good. We're back up to 600 and holding, and so I'll let this go for another 30 minutes or so, and then I will get back with you and let you know if everything holds temperature. So we've been going here with the grill about 50 minutes at 600. I opened the lid a couple times just to kind of see how it was going to react. I just opened it again and it seems to be recovering well. And I have continued to push the pellets down, so we don't have any issues there, but so far so good. Flame is even on both sides. Now there is some wiggle room on that, is it called the deflector? I don't know. But there's some wiggle room, so I moved it to my right and to block more of that flame. And so I don't know if maybe people have it lined up more to the other side and that's what's blocking the flame, or if there's another issue that's causing that. But kind of see, obviously we can't get a great idea of the temps here, but it does appear to be a little bit cooler back there. Yeah, I think it's going to be just fine. So I'm going to shut her down now. To shut down, you can just hold in the button and then This menu will come up and then shut down. It does look like there still may be some flaking down there. So once it's finished shutting down, I'll take a look and see what that looks like. But so far so good. All right, I just kind of wanted to look at the grill down there and see if it's doing any flaking. I did notice that there is a little bit of play in the grates, so it's not as tight as I would like ideally, but at least I can get my hand in here to put this off and see what's going on. Oh yeah, so that's definitely not oil that's coming off of there. It's got to be the paint or something, because I washed that in soap and water, and obviously it's still flaking like everybody else's has been. So much for that theory. Anywho, that's a wrap. So far so good. Shutting down, and we're gonna call it a night. See ya.